Okay, so why do I have a mini playhouse? I call this my mini playhouse. Okay, this is now the 4th edition because I did this in the All-Star Cruise with Raymond and Ira in Colorado with Joe Thompson and Cheryl and Jill and that's the 4th one. I can't remember. This is the new version, not the new version. Okay. I explained to them this is the best way to tell the story in the real world. I know you guys help a lot of senior center, this and that. This is beyond the dancing. As I've said, this is not the same as the senior center we go to. Public. I'm talking about private. Maybe in the public world it's also existent like adult daycare, correct? So there are, at least in this format, 4 levels that I encounter every week. Because I do this 3 times a month at Belmont, twice a month at the Heritage in San Francisco, once a month at Sunrise in San Mateo. In the pre-pandemic days, Caroline and I have 10 contracts. That's why it's even busier before. But this is enough for me, right? First, a facility, assisted living, you know what it is. Still independent, but they need assistance. You are the assistant, okay? Meaning you can still dance if you want to. And I want you to if you want to, right? Okay. You are already wheelchair bound, I'm sorry. But you still want to dance, right? Serious dementia, right? Takes a while for you to wake up. I'm sorry, but your heaven can wait. Hospice. Okay? This is the main role. As I said, the main role. The only reason why I have to show this is because I only did before as assisted living memory care. All of a sudden they said, Alan, it was 2 years ago, before I left from Manila, why don't you try doing your program at our end of journey unit? I know what they mean. End of journey, right? So I said, sure. Caroline and I have done it in Marin at the Sunrise Sunrise. So we'll try it again. First session, you stood up. Just dance everywhere. No, later, when the music. It's almost like in her own world, it's like all of a sudden, she just danced for 1 hour. Even though I said it's you're on the hospice unit, but remember, you still are able to, assisted living, so you can still do it. But then she just decided. That's the first case that it's gonna work. Now it's gonna be a regular added week for me is I go to the hospice that I call Heaven Can Wait. I call it HCW in my program. Okay? The one in wheelchair still have music in her vein. She wants to dance. So we can only dance with her hands. I teach the caregivers, don't touch them. Just offer your hand to them. Because if they reach out to you, they will like the dance. Most caregiver will say, come on, let's dance. No, don't touch. If I offer and you reach out, I'm connected. Yes. So my assistant caregiver will start helping me. I said, nurse, or whatever, right? Can you help me with this? Can you play Tennessee Waltz, please? We're on the second music, right? I test them with Que Sera Sera, Fascination is also something, and then Tennessee Waltz is the third test. So now, can you play Tennessee Waltz? And then I will just tone it down more because I don't need to talk. So they can hear me clearly. So I dance. Oh, you reach. Oh my God, she wants to dance. But of course, I need to take care of other residents. Right? Nurse one, can you please help me? Where's the music, Mr. DJ? So I have to move on.
I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee Waltz when an old friend I happened to see.
Help me. Remember, this goes on like body's twisted, leaning around the wheelchair, right? And let's say fast forward, move to the Could I Have This Dance? So now we're on the second, let's say assume third song, right? I said Fascination, Tennessee, Could I Have This Dance? Let's say we've already established what you're doing, right? This is the main attraction. I want you to listen to this story because this really happened. Don't cry, please. You know, Jasmine was at the All-Star Cruise and she was in this seat. And she was crying. I said, why are you crying? Because your story makes me sad. No, look at this half full. These people are really ready to go, but they want to dance. And I said, I'm already in my third song, and I said, can you please help me with this? It's really a lot, right? And I can see tears flowing. So what will you do, right? You have to continue. Sometimes I will say, can you help me with the music? And keep playing and playing it until she will really let me go. And I will say, can I please move on? And then she will release it. That is the main mission of this program. I believe that there was an intention, line dancing, to helping people on wheelchairs. And then all of a sudden it has evolved to other programs. And you're the only one who can really tell that story. That's why I keep saying, go beyond the line dancing, right? Especially me, obviously I just turned 70. I'm already feeling pain. And the reason why I cannot do her dance very well, I'm scheduled for a surgery next week. Arthroscopic knee replacement. Okay? I can still dance the chill factor last night. Yeah? Okay, so that's still good, right? But anyway, the thing is, for the next 10 years, I'm sure I need to slow down. But then this is the mission. Tell. Last July, in Pikes Peak, Michelle was the one who paved now the next generation. This was kind of with the help of Joe Thompson. She said, separate that from your line dancing program. And Norm was during the inaugural of this in Pikes Peak, right? You were one of my first volunteer during the inaugural. Then last July, Michelle gave me an advice because I told Michael and Michelle, my problem is who's going to take over? There's nobody even in the care business. I always ask the staff, can you just be my trainee so I can show you? Nobody, they're busy taking care of their, and they're working and all that. So Michelle said, why don't you just create and train the trainer? So now everywhere I go, I try to talk to people like you and maybe pass the word around. This can be done, as Jude said, your own style, your own modification. And Brenda and I are the same, obviously. Any advice from California, aside from my team? Of course, North. So meaning we're just kind of bring this to you. Where are you from? Idaho. So bring this home. Idaho. Malaysia. Were you here my Tuesday? Oh my God, you're a repeat. Thank you. Thank you for coming back. That means you did something, you saw something good in this program. That last Tuesday we were kind of, and we're trying to organize ourselves. We were there, and we were here, because of this, and this. But anyway, thank you for coming back. And you're Arizona. Yeah, okay, so bring this back, the information. Everything is on YouTube, right? I record everything else, so you can also refer to it. So I'm hoping that my next program, and I'm going back to our university. They want me to offer this in January and February. Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe I'm going back to university where I left 50 years ago. Can you imagine? It's like I did not plan for this. I did not plan for meeting Joe and Michelle and Brenda. It's all about line dancing. But my mission is music and motion. That one is just for fun. Sapphire is just for fun. So that's the story, okay? When the third is now, we're gonna have fun. I call this the party set. 3 more and then we'll end with this with your question, okay? That's the Mini-Playhouse. Thank you for listening and love the story.